Hey, this is Prometheus giving you This Week in Madden, February 28th, 2021. Guys, I'm going to basically have more offensive tips in this video. One, defensive setup, and then three different offensive tips. A red zone tip, how to beat man coverage. That's going to be the meta moving forward in Madden, because I've seen a lot of people in Madden Classics running a lot of man defense. And then we're going to actually talk about just ways to go ahead and defeat it, and kind of a unpopular route, or a route that should be in your arsenal of attacks on offense. So let's go ahead and jump into this first breakdown. So, gonna give a shout out to Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith has been doing Madden content for the longest time. Got a big props to him. I have mad respect for him because of what he's done for the community for the longest time. And here's actually going to share with you a very common play that you can use as your red zone play for the 2-point conversion. And this is a quick breakdown on how you can attack the back end of the end zone to get easy touchdowns in a 2-point conversion. So let's go ahead and jump into this.
So today we're going to take a look at my favorite 2-point play out of Gun Trip's tight end, and it is PA slot corner. So to set it up, in this case we're going to block R1 and we're going to smoke screen square. The whole idea behind this 2-point play and the whole concept is that when you have other routes like in routes or curl routes or hitches, when they get in the end zone, a lot of the times they become completely unpredictable. They will run to the left or the right or back to the quarterback after you throw the ball, and that is not something we want. So we're going to take advantage of the philosophy here that we know that in a 2-point play scenario, all three of these routes are going to do exactly what we expect them to. They're going to get to the back of the end zone, and when they do, they're going to run straight across the back of the end zone in the direction they're going. So circle's going to run all the way to the left. Triangle's going to get right over the middle, and then he's going to run straight across. And he'll run all the way across to the right pylon. He will not stop. And again, the tight end is going to do the same thing to the right. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. So as you can see here, they all run directly across, and that's monopolizing the back of the end zone. When they are playing underneath coverage, this is just going to be completely dangerous. Just take a look at all the routes: circle, triangle, and X. The separation between these routes is absolutely fantastic, and it just takes advantage of every area of the field. Circle was covered, so we threw to triangle. Now X is not covered in this instance, but we were still able to get the pass off to triangle. Now you are going to have to be wary of that user underneath. That's why sometimes it's good to block R1, and then sometimes it's good to put them on a table route or a little option route underneath. The other thing is high pointing passes in the back of the end zone. This is where it really becomes a viable option. Now, I don't recommend high pointing passes to really small receivers, but as you saw right there with Godwin, I was able to high point pass that, and he caught it in the back of the end zone. Again, high point pass, and he caught it in the back of the end zone. Now that's Godwin. However, a guy like Scotty Miller, it's not necessarily the greatest idea. The other thing is, if you try and high point, sometimes it'll be inaccurate like that, so you can kind of get screwed. Then we try to high point to Scotty Miller, and as you can see, the ball gets picked off. So when a guy is covered, high point passing is really a great option. But when you throw it to a guy like Scotty Miller, who's very short, those guys underneath are going to intercept the ball. And so that doesn't really make it a very good option. So you do have to be careful and understand when you can throw the high point and when you can't. As you can see right there, we throw a high point to Godwin, and he's able to get his feet in. Also, sometimes the route can make a difference. Like if you try and high point to the back of the end zone over the middle to a taller guy, like a decent sized guy like Godwin, you'll have pretty good success. If you try to do it to Scotty Miller when he's covered, and he's running to the left, you're not really going to have the best success. So this is my favorite 2-point play in the game.
All right, so this next YouTuber has been on This Week in Madden before. It's DYL, and he actually is going to show his defensive defense to basically bag the gun ace slot offense. I know it's been an OP offense in the past. I've ran into somebody that ran it before and had some. I've struggled with it, and this is basically a way to stop the entire run game, the common run plays out of that formation, and the 2 money plays, which is going to be the post play and also level. So this play is, his defense is going to completely bag it, and it's very simple to set up.
Defense, same as before. We're in the big nickel formation. So in this defense right here, we need to change our zone drops. So we're going to go over to curl flats right here. We're going to put them on 20 yards. And later we'll put them on default for another reason. But in this one right here, we're putting on 20 yards. We're coming out in the big nickel formation because, again, I feel like this is more of a run-heavy formation. I feel like big nickel is the easiest to stop the run. And also make sure, you know, when you first come out in big nickel, you know, the packages. Packages is a big thing. Make sure to hit your right stick once to the left. Boom, you get the slot CB package right here and come out and cover 3 sky. Now, we're on the defense side of the ball now. Your user is going to be this linebacker right here, aka the linebacker kind of on the receiver side. And all we need to do to stop every run is to go ahead, hit left on the D-pad, down, pinch your D-line, left again on the D-pad, right stick up, slant outside, put your user right here, and you will be able to shoot every run. You can put them on a blitz as well. It doesn't really affect it too much in this one. But right here, we're going up against 0-1 trap. First play, right? Boom, snap the ball. We can shoot right through there. If you have, like, say, secure tackle or something, you can lay the boom, enforcer, whatever you want right there. You don't even need an ability. That's just a pretty much guaranteed tackle every time. Now, what about inside zone? Boom, inside zone. We audible the inside zone right here. Again, same exact setup. Boom, boom, slant outside. Put your user right here. You can put them in a blitz if you want. Snap the ball. Boom, can run right through the gap. So you can pretty much shoot every single gap right now. And now we're going to be going to power O right here. Power O. Again, on offense side of the ball, power O right here. Now this one, do not run straight through. And that's kind of why I'm kind of hesitating a little bit on 0-1 trap and inside zone. I don't know if I'm showing you that because obviously, you know, I know the play call. I'm in practice mode. But right here, power O right here. We're going to snap the ball. If you shoot directly through, I'm going to show it again, but I'm going to do something completely different. This time I'm going to show it. Let me audible to power O right here. Boom, power O. Boom, slant outside. Blitz your linebacker. Snap the ball. If you just run straight through, right? Okay, that time it didn't even work. But sometimes that guard will go ahead and pick up your linebacker if you blitz straight through. Now, what about the passes, okay? And I know there's a bubble in, like, the New England one. Honestly, I do not care about a bubble. I don't care. Like, I really, like, if you want to take a bubble, go for it. Like, really, doesn't really affect me too much. So this time right here, we're going to be going over post. And this time we're going to do the same exact setup, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to deep half that guy right there, our circle safety on the running back side. We're going to deep half him, right? Why are we doing that? Just in case they have a cover 3 bomb, you know. We don't really want to get beat over the top on that side, okay? What we're also going to do is we're going to put this DN in a hard flat. We can really put both DNs in a hard flat. And this time I'm going to show this setup right here against, say, Power O right here. Power O, which again is a harder run to shoot. Again, we're going to do the exact same thing. This time we have our DNs in hard flats. Let's see. Boom. You see, I was still able to shoot the gap. It doesn't matter that I'm putting less people kind of on a blitz when it comes to the run game because we're shooting the gap. I just wanted to show y'all that right quick. So keep in mind, same exact setup. As long as we have those 2 interior D linemen right there slanted out, we can stop every run. So really, there's no reason for me to not only rush 2 people. Like, if you watch any of the MCS games, you know, you've seen, like, the great defensive players only rushing 2 people. You get crazy sheds with only rushing 2 people. It's kind of insane. So put your user on a blitz. This will prevent your D lineman from being pancaked as well. So now you're chilling, okay? We double flatted each side with a 20-yard curl right there. So if we go to post right here, where do we have to worry about? So pretty much the corner route on the left side of the field is taken care of. The flat route on the left side of the field is taken care of. The corner route on the right side of the field is taken care of. That leaves the angle route and the post route. So now to guard against that post route, right, what we're going to do is we're going to put this linebacker right here in a mid read. Now, why are we doing that? Pretty much we'll make it to where they have to fit the post in a window, and it's going to lead to mistakes, and you just have to worry about the angle route. Pretty much you got to worry about the angle route. That's if you guard the angle route on post right here, they're cooked. We're going to snap the ball right here, just ignore the angle route. This time we're going to try to fit in the post right here. We're going to try to fit it in, and that time mid-read plays it really good, and that's a linebacker right there too. Keep in mind, we have a slow linebacker right there. Imagine when we have a full like Taylor Mays right there. You know, it's just going to be even better. So this time though, we're going to run level sales, and we're going to do the same exact setup as before. Boom, 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 boom. And let me make sure I pinch my D-line and everything. Okay, so boom. Right here, this is the setup for level sales right here. Now, what do you have to worry about level sales? I'm just going to stomp the ball right here. Boom, we're going to stomp the ball. You're going to see what really gets open. You have to worry about the kind of two little short in routes. Like you need to bait kind of the first tight end in route and then come back around. I'm going to show how to do that right now. So we're going to boom, same exact setup, boom, 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 boom. Whoops, I accidentally messed that up. So boom. Oh wait, and what am I doing? Inside third right here, or mid read right there. So this is the setup right here. Let me blitz my linebacker right here, and we're gonna snap the ball. They're running level sales, right? So boom, we're gonna snap the ball. We're on triangle, we're on triangle, we're on triangle, we're on triangle, we're on square. You know what I mean? Like just kind of like hover over there. The mid read does a good job of playing that deep in route. So
all right, so this next YouTuber is going to be DJ the Chef. DJ has been on this week in Madden before, but this is going to be probably the most important video that I posted as of now, as of the Madden Classic just recently being played. You're going to see a big switch to people switching over to man coverage, basically in all formats, because Madden Classic, a lot of the top players were using man defense and basically locking up all the meta offenses online. So you're going to have to learn how to beat man defenses in this game, so you need to watch this video and start labbing yourself.
Now let's talk about what you're actually going to see out of a lot of people. What's basically going to happen is that they're going to shift their line to the opposite side of the running back, and then they're going to just come down with this middle linebacker. They're going to press and underneath outside pretty much everyone, right? So now it's a little different. So even if we run the post corner by Mike Evans on that backside, I'm going to show you what it looks like. So let's just do that post corner one more time, and it's going to look a little different here. Actually, let's run it with Brown. Let's post corner with Brown and show you what it looks like with off man, with press man. You see that Brown is basically, he's just on him. He has it bagged and it's covered. So let's show you instant replay. So the post corner in man doesn't work as well because you see that Jalen Ramsey just stays right on top of him. Just right on top of him. He has it covered pretty much. But there is something that you can do to beat this coverage, even when they press. Now, this is the key here. This is very important. This is going to take time, and it's going to be based off of the formation that you guys run. I'm just going to show you the concept, okay? So again, let's go ahead. We're going to press. We're going to go opposite of that running back, go underneath outside, all right? Okay, so what we're going to do here is, just so I have time, a little bit more time than normal, I am going to do that. And what we're trying to create here, and I know I don't have 4 one-steps on the field, but it works either way. What we're trying to create here is a switch. And when I mean switch, I mean these two corners. So basically Jalen Ramsey in that slot corner that's coming from the right side, they're going to switch off of who's covering who, which creates a non-jammable situation for 2 of your 4 receivers that you have on routes. Now, we know that man has a problem with what? Crossing routes and motions. Those are the 2 ways that you always beat man in Madden: crossing routes and motions. We're going to pair both of those concepts up in this particular play in order to beat one step. One step is not as effective if you do not get the jam. One step becomes 1,000 times more effective if you get the jam. So creating a situation in which you cannot jam and we're running crossing routes or switch routes is going to destroy one step. So what I'm going to actually do here is I am going to streak my X receiver here, okay? I'm then going to take my wide receiver, and you can do whatever you want with him. I'm going to run him on a Texas route. I'm going to streak my wide receiver, and I'm going to simply put my RB receiver on an out route. When I motion him, you're going to see that there's a switch between Jalen Ramsey and that receiver. And what's going to happen is now I get him caught in the inside, and we create that switch. Now let me show you what just happened. Even though I threw it to Antonio Brown, I want to show you who's wide open here. So you'll see that this switch is happening. Not only if you snap it at the right time, that corner will actually trip because he's trying to press and run down that line of scrimmage. He'll actually trip almost, I would say 80% of the time. But since there's a switch between this guy and this guy, one of your receivers are going to come wide open. It's either going to be your running back or one of the other two receivers, right? Normally, a lot of times it's going to be your streaking receiver. What's happening here is because I ran a Texas on this guy, Jalen Ramsey and these two guys actually need to communicate on who they have. And this guy's sticking on the running back. So we'll see he actually sticks running back. And so now the switch is happening between the guy that's actually tripped and Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey is going to stick on the out route because the out route's coming to him. And this guy who tripped is supposed to cover my streak. And even if he has one step, even if this guy has one step, there's no way that he's going to be able to cover this route right here. So I'm going to show you a second way that you can actually take advantage of the switch routes. Now you'll see that I'm actually running it on the slot receiver side. So that brown side, that's the side that I want to run it on because I want to create the switch. If your guy is not in the slot or close to the line of scrimmage, so even if you're in gun bunch or tight, you can do this. If he's not close to that line of scrimmage, you're not going to create the switch route the right way. So we know that this guy here that's covering Godwin is going to switch with Jalen Ramsey. Now, that means Jalen Ramsey is going to take his man and he's going to take Jalen Ramsey's man. So if I actually, instead of putting a streak on Brown, I can put Brown on an out route like this, and I can put Godwin on the streak, and the switch is going to be created. But by the time that he can get there, Brown is already on his cut and he's wide open. One step is not going to be able to cover that, and you will get that sideline 80 to 90% of the time.
So the last channel we're going to take a look at is going to be Cody Ballard. Cody has had a YouTube channel for quite a long time, and this Madden 21, he has just turned up the octane on the amount of content he pumps out. He streams nightly, 10 p.m. He plays subscribers, but he pumps between 4 and 8 videos a day of content. Tips, strategies, ebooks, all different types of stuff. He just recently competed in the Madden Classic, and what he's going to do is that if you are looking to improve your game, I'd definitely recommend subscribing to Cody Ballard if you're not already, because there's some crossover with subscribers between my subscribers and his. But it's a hands down hardest working person. You're gonna get so much tips and strategies from his channel, you won't even know what to do with yourself. So with that said, take a look at his channel. If you're new to his channel and you subscribe, let him know that I sent you his way. Make sure you put down in the comments that you became a subscriber because you saw this video. So once again, Cody Ballard, you need to subscribe.
I want to share with you a route combination that is really, really good against zone, but it's also really good against man. And this is a new combination, not really a new combination, but it's one little tweak on it. And you probably know the combination once I throw it on the field. But what I think you're going to be impressed with, or not, maybe not even impressed with, but I think you're going to be interested in, is the route adjustment that I make to this route. And the reason I say this is because I actually stumbled upon this. All you're going to do is you are going to set up any flood to the left side, any flood. So like this right here, right? This is a popular setup. Another one that I've been liking a lot lately is this right here, this version of it. But essentially, all you're going to do on the back side of your play is you're going to put your running back on a block and release route, check release, and then you're going to put your tight end on a block and release cross. And you'll see here it's basically a drag route. The reason why this works so well, in my opinion, is because it beats man coverage and zone coverage in the same thing. So it's not just, I thought it only beat zone. It actually beats both, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. But essentially, this flood concept on the left side is really good against zone. So you can motion out Austin. But what you'll see is if the play breaks down, just block and release, or just release your tight end. And what you'll notice that happens whenever you release your tight end, at least against man coverage, and I'm going to double team Zadarius Smith so he doesn't give me as much trouble. But what you'll notice is just watch the tight end and watch how he beats man. So I'm sitting here, and he gets that instant cut to the inside and beats man. And I know he doesn't kill it. It's not like he kills it. It's the same thing, though, from pivot over, right? Like if you roll out he will kill it. But what I like about it is, let's say play is breaking down, and let's say they play zone coverage on you, right? Well, they have all these yellows in the field. Well, now he's on a drag, and look, gets wide open against the yellows, and it's about 10 to 15 yards. This route is huge for me. It's absolutely huge for me, because when people run, let's say, one of the biggest issues with this curl flat corner play is that man coverage can give it a little bit of trouble. So you'll see that they'll do this adjustment right here. They'll throw that 3-rec out there. They'll play man coverage, and then they might put their best corner on Devontae Adams. And if they do that, sometimes it can be really hard for me to beat the coverage, right? So now the solution is just block and release. Let him go and see, look, he's going to get open against that and get a couple yards. I know it's not a huge adjustment, but for me it's a huge deal, because another little tip for you is, let's say you're running a left side flood, so you're going to want to go out of the pocket to the left. If you just fade back into the left in the pocket, you'll see here, if you have time, fade back, fade back, fade back, fade back. The same thing will happen, and as you can see, there's 20 yards against man coverage. The other thing that's interesting about this adjustment, and you can do this from other sets, but let's say that, and it's going to be hard to show, but essentially, let's say this guy was their user, okay? Or let's just say this guy's their user, and I'm going to try to show it like this. He's going to jump up to the crosser, and then he's going to come back. Most of the time, they expect the tight end to be running into this line right here, right? This straight line, because that's where the delay fade is. So now what I want to show you is how this drag really does open up some really good space and grass for your offense. So again, you sit there, release him, and now instead their user will almost never go to the drag. They'll almost always go to the delay fade.
So this concludes This Week in Madden. Guys, if you have a YouTube channel, you're producing YouTube tips and strategies, please let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you want me to go ahead and include a video in This Week in Madden. Once again, guys, check out these channels. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you let them know that I sent you their way. So once again, thank you for support, guys, and until next time.